Good afternoon and welcome to our assignment-based presentation. This is assignment for 2018. My name is George Kandetu, and on the screen you will see my cell number in case you want to contact me. Yes, this particular assignment-based presentation will be based on those subjects that are appearing on the screen with their codes. So students that are taking these particular modules must please pay attention to that. All right, first of all, let us start with the information. As I stipulated before, there is the course and also the subject and my name as well as my email address, and very importantly, the deadline. We have two deadlines that are applying to each and every individual on the 15th of January 2018 or the 15th of June 2018 respectively. And there are the books that you need to consult. The book by Clark, Handbook of School Management, and also further information that are given there. Study Guide for Educational Management, as compiled by Michelle Hutton. Those are the study guide. Those are the books that can help you to do your assignments. Now, let us look at the role of the study guide in this whole assignment preparation. It is to guide you through the prescribed materials, to give you direction, keeping the outcomes of each unit as well as the module outcomes in mind, and to expose you to learning activities which you can use as a mean of self-assessment. Assessment policy, continuous assessment, there is only per trimester, consists of one assignment of 120 marks, and it is very important that you do very well during your assignment because that will allow you to qualify for the examination. So a 50% semester or continuous assessment mark is required for admission to examination. Assignment instruction, read the instructions and keep to the suggested structure. Do not copy blatantly, which we call plagiarism, from a source. You should refer to that source in the text. When your own analysis or evaluation is asked, you are expected to use your own experience as a teacher. Students are expected to write or type on one side of the page to make the marking easier. So this is very important that your assignment is neat and presentable. You will lose marks if your assignment is not neat and presentable. Staple separate pages of the assignment on the left top corner. Clearly number the questions and subsections as well as the pages. Very important that your pages are numbered to avoid confusion. Write the title of the assignment on the cover of the assignment. And then we look at the assignment structure. This assignment is marked out of 120 marks. The assignment consists out of 5 questions, and all 5 questions are compulsory. The assignment should be structured as follows. There you have the first page, which we call the cover page, is the page that is provided by IOL. And then the second page is the table of content that should consist of all the headings and subheading as well as the corresponding page number where the headings can be found. The next pages that follows, those are the pages in which you answer question 1 up to 5. And the last page is the list of references that you have made throughout your assignment. In your assignment, the first question deals with empowerment. You will see that there is a diagram that is presented there by Dr. Covey, and it needs you to study the diagram and then to answer the questions. And here you should rely on your examples. So you should give relevant examples, not only information that you get from the study guide. Use your own opinion as well. So in other words, what I need to look at is whether you are able to interpret this particular diagram, make it your own in the sense that you give relevant examples of what is happening. So you are showing me that there is an amount of understanding from your side. So that is now the first questions that deal with empowerment. And also attached to that question, you are required to write critical condition for cultivating an empowering environment. So here again, I need you to explain the diagram in your own words, and also to use example from the school situation. That is very important. And then it goes on where we are tackling the principles of centered leadership, principle-centered leadership. Dr. Covey's 4 levels of leadership and core principles are discussed, and that is what you need to write down, the 4 levels of leadership and their core principles. So the two should correspond, 4 levels of leadership and the core principles. And then another question deals with management levels, the different management levels, that is now top level, middle level management, lower level management. So here again, you need to apply that question to the school context. In other words, when you refer to top level, who are the members of management in the top level management? Who are the members of management in the middle level management? And who are the members of management in the lower level management? So you give relevant examples that illustrate that you understand these management levels. And then there are concepts that you need to discuss. For example, effective classroom management, effective school management. What are the meaning of those management levels? I mean, those concepts. Effective classroom management, what do we mean by that? Effective school management, what do we mean by that? And these are extensively discussed in your study guide, so you will need to refer to the study guide. But most importantly, you give example from your own teaching experience. So it does not help you to score marks if you only write information from the study guide, but you do not substantiate it with example from your teaching experience. So it's very important that everything that you say is backed up by your teaching experience or evidence of your teaching experiences. And then the next question deals with features of an autocratic and participative management style. So here you need to provide an example of either or both autocratic and participative management style. If not an example, you can give a situation where autocratic or participative management styles are being used. And also you need to substantiate in which situation is each of those management styles applicable or suitable. Because we don't say that our autocratic management style is a bad management style. It depends on situation. There are certain situations where you need to use autocratic management style, and there are also others that you need to use participative management style, and you need to give those situations clearly. And you motivate also why you choose to say that autocratic management style is suitable in this particular instance, or participative management style is suitable in this particular instance. So you need to motivate your choice. And then there is another question that deals with managing diversity in an all-inclusive school. How principal can manage diversity in all-inclusive school? We know that our schools are diverse in terms of culture. And here we need knowledgeable, flexible principal that is able to manage a diversity in an all-inclusive school. So there are certain characteristics or certain expectations from the principal, the way he himself behaves, the open-mindedness that he has to look beyond a diversity of cultures and to incorporate learners, teachers in that particular school to form what we call a school culture by incorporating a diversity of culture. And here the principal is able to look at various capabilities that the school present, the various talents that the school present, and tap on those talents and capabilities to make the school a diverse cultural school. And that requires the principal to have an open mind, to be able to maneuver through all this diverse culture. And the principal also need to look at culture as well as the languages that are presented in an all-inclusive school. The other question deals with ethical issues, how ethics influence management. Here you need to go back and define the word ethics. What does it mean, ethics? Why is ethics so important? And how can we use ethics in order to manage schools? And it goes together with the issues of governance, very well outlined in the study guide. And the next question deals with the ITC policy as part of the management of a school computer room. We know that a school computer room is a very important room because it hosts various sensitive materials that needs to be protected. Computers themselves must be protected. So when you are tasked to draw up a policy as part of management, what are the issues that you are going to look at? I have quoted a website for you that you can log onto in order for you to get some ideas. When you draw up an ITC policy, what are you going to look at? I believe that you will be having access to this website and browse through to be able to answer that particular question. So it's a kind of research that you have to do. All right, and then the next question deals with the distinction of power from leadership. So in other words, what is the difference between power and leadership? Discuss how followers react to different positions of power. If you visit your study guide, that is also very well explained, the distinction of power and leadership. And the next question is about requires you to give reasons why leaders or managers fail. And there are many reasons why leaders or managers fail, and below every reason there is also actions given to counter the failure. So in other words, if you give a reason, you must also give an action. What can you do to counter or to mitigate failing? Because we do not want to fail. So what are you going to do to avoid failure? And the next question, I believe this is the last question, deals with the main characteristics of critical thinking. How do we know that we are now in the mode of critical thinking? What are the characteristics of critical thinking? So here you are required to describe characteristics of critical thinking. As I said, that is the end of this presentation. So it's a very short presentation, but it is insightful in the sense that you are given some reference points that you can log into in order for you to help to answer the assignment. I must conclude by saying there is no reason really for you to fail an assignment, because you have ample time to research, you have ample time to visit resources or resource center for you to be able to answer the questions correctly. Thank you.